Hey everyone, it's been a while. Welcome back to the vlog, folks. We are currently in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Pigeons! Hello, Pittsburgh pigeons! Look at him. He's just high out of his mind, I swear. He's got some fine wool. I have officially finished cleaning out the apartment. Yeah, I'm moving out. Here's the old room, all cleaned out. A little bummed out that I'm moving out after a year, but it just panned out the way it did, and it worked out well because I'm able to stay in a new place that is actually my grandfather's home. There'll be a whole new set of responsibilities with that. So I'll have to get a close-up for you, but that is a snake, folks. That is under my waffle maker. I am going to put on the welding gloves. I'm gonna try to move the entire pan and waffle maker and snake into said box, and then throw the towel over. You're running out of time, man. He's getting already to the end. Maybe I just grab the pan with the towel on top and run? We're running with the pan and the waffle maker. All right, he didn't bite me. Woo! Just carrying the snake across the yard to put him somewhere else because I don't want him in my house. All right. Oh, he's looking at me funny. Oh, geez.
It's huge. It's real.
It's awesome.
What's this thing called? US what?
U505.
Thank you.
Oh no.
Ron is eating minnows.
That was embarrassing.
Makes me want to kick a trash can.
Makes you what?
Kick a trash can.
Why?
Because it's embarrassing.
Oh.
I don't know, it was embarrassing.
Well, it was though because I was doing the whole time like I'm a piranha from Finding Nemo.
Oh, perfect. She's
I was
got it,
just
or he's
like-
got it.
Yeah, I know. And then like you know how she's like, yeah, I turned around and like did it to him, but did it at the camera literally. So I went at the camera. So
Right.
that's nice.
Well, now if he ever puts out another video, he can include that.
Yep.
Right.
Here he comes.
Oh, what is he doing? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, he is. What? Like, I offered to clear out one of the back seats. He's like, no, I got this.
Hold it.
I'll just straddle it in the passenger seat.
But we're here for trick-or-treating for Halloween, and we've had 3 customers.
In the same room. Lots of candy.
We got some candy yet.
Just a bit. Get the bro in there. Merry Christmas, everyone. I love you. Thanks so much. So where do I even begin? It has been a wild and crazy year. I can't believe it's actually been a whole year since I made my last video. And I think the first thing that I need to talk about is, where have I been? Life got really challenging. It got really, really complicated. And I didn't know how to share that properly. I didn't know how to share it because it was very close to me. And it was honestly one of the most challenging years of my life. This is really hard for me. This is really hard for me because I really value you guys, and I value the support that you've given me, and I also really cherish this project that I have. This project to show weight loss from the start to the end. And I know that a lot of you are going to be like, oh, you know, you don't have to give us an explanation, you don't have to do that. But like I stated in my last video, my channel is more than just about weight loss. And the reason for that is because health and life have such a close relationship to each other. And because that relationship is so close, a lot of my videos have transformed into not just talking about my health, but talking about my life and how that impacts my health, and how choices I make in life are going to impact my health. So because of that, when life got rough, when I had disagreements with people that were close with me, that challenged me both mentally and emotionally, when I was working through a lot of personal stuff in a new formed relationship, there was a lot of emotions to work through with that as well. And those details I didn't feel comfortable sharing in a public setting because I didn't want people to get hurt. I didn't want to share something that wasn't mine to share. And ultimately, while I care so deeply about these videos, frankly, there are things that I value more. It's not hard to admit this, because I think it's important for all of us to understand that there are things that are deeply important to us that supersede other things in our life. Because there are inherently things and people that have an immeasurable amount of worth. It's just immeasurable to us. And that's what I found. I found that with someone. I didn't want to take away the time necessary to help in that. I hope that makes sense. And I hope that you guys realize it's not that I don't care about this. It's not that I don't care about my weight loss. It's not that I don't care about you guys or this channel. I do. I deeply care about this stuff. And I'm so thankful for everything that's happened in my life because of it. The challenges of this past year cannot be understated, but I don't want to spend that much time on it. But I think it's important to know, it's very important to know, because those things impacted me to such a degree that I didn't lose any weight. I spent a whole year not improving. Now, I didn't gain weight really. I'm pretty much the same place that I left off. But as you know from me, I'm not done. I'm going to continue fighting. I'm going to keep going down. And it's really just a matter of time. As I've said in the past, it's a matter of time before I reach that end goal. I really don't have too much more to say on that aspect of this past year, but I definitely learned a lot and I grew because of those challenges. And I'm ready to start posting again. I'm ready to start sharing my life with you guys again and working on those weight loss goals and sharing the highs and the lows. And I'm so looking forward to this because it is something that helps me too. It's something that helps me process. I found, especially through this past year, I found out a lot that I process things by talking through them. I process through things by getting a multitude of different opinions. I take all that information in and I share what I have and what I know in hopes to learn and in hopes to become better. I think that is something that has come out of this struggle, that has come out of all this stress, is that I've grown and become a better person. It was one of the most difficult years of my life. However, as you saw in the intro, it was also one of the most fulfilling years of my life. Because my health being better, I was able to go on a hiking trip with my buddy Kevin, and we got to see some nature. Unfortunately, that hiking trip did end a little bit early. We had a hiking injury and we had to go and spend the night at a campsite instead. But still a wonderful weekend out in nature and being able to just hang out with a good friend and talk through some of those problems that I was having. So it was a really, really good time out camping with Kevin. I would say the highlight of this last year was definitely meeting my now significant other, Emily, who we actually met around the last time I posted some videos. We've really learned a lot from each other, and I'll touch on more on her later, but for now, that's all you really need to know. We ended up going on some trips together. We went out to Pennsylvania for a friend's wedding, and we even got to spend a night in Pittsburgh. So that was really cool to see I think it's the City of Steel, all the bridges they got and stuff there. It's really a sight to see in its own right. And it was really cool to be able to share family events with her, like going to Hayward and kayaking together, or going to the 4th of July and introducing her to more family and stuff. And we got to go and spend time with friends at the museums in Chicago. We went to the Museum of Science and Industry, and then we also went to the Shed Aquarium, I think is what it was called. But yeah, so being able to share in those moments with someone was really special and really unique. And just being able to learn more about who she is and her quirks and her personality, and like it's been a blast. Someone from the Obese to Beast channel, one of my friends from there, Tom, moved from California all the way to stinking Wisconsin. I got to actually meet up with him several times throughout this last year. It's been really cool just having that friendship be closer, I guess you could say. Just having him be closer and being able to actually meet up with him. And someone that I didn't know prior to joining that Discord server. And then we were mods together and we built that friendship. And so like to actually go and meet him in person was just something totally different. Like those online relationships, when you finally see them in person, it's like bringing it to a whole new level. And he's tall. Tom is tall. But no, I got to go and meet up with Tom, and then on top of that, I got to open up this package from some more Discord friends, Kyle and Kiki, who are up in Canada, up north there of us. And so they sent us a goodie package full of like canned maple syrup. There were these like maple cookies and like ketchup chips and like just stuff that I wouldn't normally have access to here. But it was Canadian stuff. They even got us a little Canadian pin. So it was really fun to open those things up. Oh, and my mind was blown because Smarties are not actually Smarties. They're rockets. That's what they are. Speaking of my Canadian friends, Kyle also released his book. So I now know a published author, and if it's something you're interested in, I'll definitely put a link down below. Let me just read you a quick description of it here. Since he was a child, Connor had dreamt of horrible machines. Years of nightmares have left the young inventor clinging desperately to his unraveling sanity. But that isn't the worst part. That would be the gnawing certainty that he could build those mechanical terrors, no matter how impossible they might seem. Everything changes when his dreams reveal a new machine, a miraculous device that brings hope instead of terror, and could save humanity from the many threats facing our modern world. Connor sets to work immediately, desperate to know once and for all if the visions haunting him are merely bad dreams or something far more sinister. As the machine takes shape and forces Connor to question everything he thought he knew, unseen forces begin circling. Even with the help of his closest friends, can Connor escape the burgeoning threat? What's more, will he ever unravel the mystery of the Nightmare Schematic? I know I'm pretty excited to hop into the copy I got. Now that stress is starting to come down a little bit. One other thing that happened this year, like has happened many years before, I got to go back to Alaska again for a mission trip. It was really cool to be working in the park again, just spending time with those kids and showing them love and working in those communities. And Alaska is just a beautiful place to be. I even was able to go on a hike. Another fitness goal that I achieved was I got to hike up Blueberry Hill. And it's not really a hill, it's a mountain. It was very steep, and I remember getting to the top and just being so exhausted, but also feeling so accomplished at what I had just done. Because that is something that when I first started going to Alaska, I couldn't do, and I didn't even attempt it. And this year I finally got to a place where I felt like I could do it. It was just like another really cool fitness milestone. Even though the weight wasn't coming off, I could see it physically. I'm so much better than where I was before. Another good thing to mention is that through all of the struggles that I had in this last year, I have never felt so close to God as I have. And I grew so much in my faith, and I've never been challenged so much spiritually. And through that challenge, I actually recognized that I was holding on to this pride telling me that I had things figured out that I actually really didn't. And it was the moment that I let that pride go that really allowed me to help others the most. And lastly, I would say the biggest thing that happened this year, and something that has been such a shock to my soul, is that I found the love of my life, Emily. I told you guys that I wouldn't bring someone to the channel while I was dating them because it just wouldn't feel right to put someone in the spotlight like that. Things are very serious between us. As I say, it's only a matter of time with my weight coming off. It's only a matter of time before I ask that question. So, I cannot see myself with anyone else. We have been through so much together, and we've learned so much from each other. She challenges me, and I challenge her. It's essentially like you take what I was desiring in a relationship, and it's so much more. I couldn't have imagined. I couldn't have imagined her. There's no way. And my love for her is unmeasurable. It's greater than you could even imagine. And what really has stunned me about this relationship, about Emily, is the love that is returned. Because as I've shared with you guys in the past, I really struggled with my own insecurities and my own confidence in that. And I struggled to see how anyone could actually love me because of the weight that I had put on, and because of the way that I had treated my body, and the way that I had looked, and the loose skin that remains. Like, all these insecurities just fogged up my brain, you could say. And I have to tell you guys, she loves me far greater than I could have ever imagined. Far greater. So something that I didn't necessarily think that I was really worthy of because of the stuff that I've done and the stuff that I've been through. None of that matters to her, you know. I'm sorry, it's getting a little sappy, a little cheesy up in here, but I cannot express enough to you guys, and I could go on for hours talking about how wonderful of a woman she is. She's wacky, she's goofy, she's fun, she cares about others. Like, all of those qualities that I was looking for in someone, that I was hoping for. You know, you're never gonna find someone without their own set of problems. Like, I got my own set of problems too, and I got things that I struggle with. But I think what's beautiful in love is that we see those problems and we say, I love you regardless. And you just know. You know deep down in your soul. That's what I found. Ultimately, this last year was very stressful and very challenging, but there also was a lot of growth through all that. It reminds me of something that I said in one of my most viewed videos. Sometimes the things that make us the most uncomfortable in this life are the most rewarding in the end. And I have to say that really rings true. It really rings true for this year. I look forward to sharing with you guys on a more frequent basis again. being able to get back into some of the strategies I have for losing weight. I have them up here. I've learned them. It's just a matter of implementing them again. Yeah, I didn't really lose weight this year, but at least I didn't gain a whole lot of weight either. On that note, I really want to thank you guys for the comments and the personal messages that were sent to me over my time away. It was really cool because they always seemed to come in at the right time when I needed that little bit of boost to kind of get me through my day. Genuinely, thank you. Thank you so much for sticking around and encouraging me and pushing me too. Well, that about wraps it up. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. And as always, you guys have a wonderful week.